tutorial, we're going to be taking a look at Gmail. Gmail is going to become your #1 way to be able to stay in contact with your teachers and do so in an official and formal way. So let's get started with Gmail. To begin, you want to go into ClassLink. And as you remember, there was a ClassLink screencast that was shared recently. If you have time, take a look at that if you do not know how to access ClassLink. Otherwise, let's get started. In your ClassLink homepage, you'll find your Google folder, and in there you will see the Gmail app. So you'll go ahead and click on that and open up Gmail. That will take us to this interface. When Gmail opens up, you will notice, like most Google products, there are a lot of features for you to take a look at. Starting from the top, let's begin with the search bar. The search bar gives you an opportunity when you click the drop down to be able to search by who it's from. So if you know the specific name of the person sending it, who it's to, so who you sent it to, the subject, if you remember kind of what the subject was about, or if you're just looking for generic words, you can do that search as well. And as you can see, there are other search parameters as well that you can pick from. So have at it. Then you have, of course, your help button and your waffle, which allows you to check for your Google apps. In the big area here are all your emails. And so you have here 81 emails in this particular account to choose from. And to open one, you just click on it and open it. Now, in order to be able to do actions with your emails, you can select all of them by clicking the Select All button, or you can select one individually. In so doing, as you'll notice, several different options appear. Everything from archiving it, which means you're just putting it into a file for kind of historical reasons. You can report it as spam if you think that it is a spam. You can delete it. You can also mark it as read. So if you do not want to see it anymore as an unread one, you can do that. Or you can also mark it as unread and bring it back. You can also snooze it, which means you won't see it for quite a while until you decide when to see it again. You can move it to your inbox. So if it's in, let's say, your sent folder or one of your other folders, you can put it directly into your inbox. And then, of course, you can label it, which is a very effective tool that we'll talk about in just a few moments. Under the more dots, as you can see, a lot of these are already there. So you can add it to tasks and mute it. If you don't like what you're reading, you can mute that particular person, and you can also block senders as well. As you can see, this person has 277 emails. And so from there, you can actually go back and forth to the different pages. You only get to see 50 emails at any one time. Once something is unselected, all we get then is the select box, and then we have the refresh. So if you want to see if you got any new emails, like you're expecting one coming through, you would click refresh. And as you can see, when you click the 3 dots, all you can do is mark all as red, and that would, of course, take everything that's in black and turn it into gray on this one. Over here on the sidebar, you will notice that you have your various different options. So you have your inbox. You can star emails that you want to save. So let's say that there's an email here, like this one's from a counselor, and you want to star that to save it for later. You can put a star on it, and when you click on your starred folder, you'll notice that it is there. You can also remove the star and take it out of the folder as well. From there, you can also see your snoozed email. So if you decided to snooze an email, you can put the email in that folder. You can also send emails, and as you send them, you can store them as drafts if you don't want to send them just yet. But then we get the label. So as you can see here, there's an email label, and then there is a flag for important. You can also check your chats through Google Hangouts, your scheduled emails here, emails that you've sent but you want to send at a later date. You can also check your spam and all your mail, and check your trash can so you can empty it. But I want to focus on categories, because categories are really important. So here you have this thing called Create New Label. So let's say that you have you have contact with your English teacher. You can create a new label, and you can then nest it under something. So in this case, there's really no parent folder that you want to put it under. So what we'll do is we'll just create it. We can manage labels later if you want to create a category. So up here, you see there's English. So as you're going through, if you see your English teacher has sent you an email or something like that, you can go ahead and you can grab it and you can drag it over into that particular folder. So for example, let's say we decide to create a new label, which is for PE class, and we hit create. We notice here that we have Mr. Collins is someone who sent an email. We can go ahead and, sorry, I don't want to read that. And then we can go here and click on our categories to bring them down. Grab Mr. Collins's email and drag it into PE class. So when we click on it, we know where Mr. Collins's email is at every time. So that gives you an opportunity to organize your email and sort it for easy access at a later date. And then last but not least, what we want to do is we want to learn how to compose an email. So you would just click compose. You would type in an individual's email. You can, if it's your teacher, last name will always bring it up. If it's a friend, you can type in their name and their email will pop up as well. And then you can just do a simple email here. Type in whatever it is that you want to type in. In this case, we're going to type blah, blah, blah. And then from there, you can send. But you also can do things like adjust the text. So you can do formatting options here. So if you want to change the font or mess around with the size or bold things or put in bullet lists and numbered lists, you can do that. You also can attach files from a hard drive, or you can insert links. So if you know that there's a website you want someone to go to, you can link to that website. You can also insert emojis. And if there's a file from Google Drive that you want someone to see, you can always click on it there. And lastly, if you have photos to share or images, you can click on the image folder. If you do not want to send the email at all, you can just discard the draft and no harm, no foul. All right. Well, that is Gmail for you. Pretty easy to use and absolutely essential in this distance learning era.